So now it's basically the tail end of the wet season now. So it's a waiting game basically to find out when it's dry enough. We can get out between showers, between storms, and start setting some of the cameras and doing some of the climbing. It also gives an opportunity to check the cameras, check the batteries, charge everything up, make sure all the equipment's ready to go properly for when this rain starts to stop. So going onto the reserve, to the cameras and to the observation platforms in weather like this, it's always a little bit of a risk, and you've got to do a little bit of risk assessment. We might get there, but if it continues to rain, there's a chance we won't get back across the streams. Right, first day of heading in to set the initial camera traps. Heading down into a trail called Solar Panel Trail, because it's next to the solar panels. So cords are still in place from last year that we left, so we need to throw new lines over. So what we're doing, we're going to attach some new, the Yale pull line, the orange, onto the black that we left all season, and then replace it for this season, so it's easier to pull with the orange. It's stronger, and also this might have deteriorated over time. Now we're going to use the orange Yale pull line to pull this blue moon up and over. Yeah. All covered in mud. This will be the first climb of the season, and first camera trap arboreal of the season. It's really good to be back in the rainforest again. Okay, it's absolutely full of mosquitoes, but it's good to be back. I think it's really strange how you can feel at home somewhere that to a lot of people is so different. You know, I feel really out of place in towns and cities, but you know, coming back to the rainforest, it's so peaceful, and just I feel so much more comfortable. So today we're going to head out to a bit earlier than yesterday, 8:30. We're going to head out to site. I gave up working out what we're going to try and do. I'll just ask the boss really.
So today we're going to go out to site 13 and 14, set the cameras up in the trees and on the ground. Site 13 is a little bit different because it's also doubling up as our observation site, so we'll be actually setting 4 cameras there.
So I think there's an ant swarm just in front of me now. I sort of heard the birds first, and they've just come up the ridge from the tree where Lucy's climbing, and it definitely seems to me there's, yeah, I can see it now. So the ants are basically driving or flushing out the insects, and then the birds are taking advantage of that. So a lot of our locations are off trails. There's not many trails on the reserve anyway, but to get to a lot of locations like this, which is site 14, then you have to walk off trail and find your way here. Often you can't just take a point between two GPS points because there's ravines and gullies and quite hard terrain. So you've got to sort of feel the way before and then navigate your way back again. There is a figure of speech that goes, the more you look, the more you see. And I think that's especially the case in the rainforest. Even in death and decay, there's so much life when you actually look closely. So site 5, and we're just getting used to the heat, the humidity and climbing with all the kit. Site 5's also got a bullet ant nest at the bottom, so that's always entertaining. It's the top of the ridge, right up in the cloud forest, highest point on the reserve. Yeah.
Quite pooped after carrying the backpack with the ropes and the harness in all the way up here. Yeah, but it's good to be up here. There's a fresh breeze.
So that is the path, apparently. No, that's the path. It's just quite overgrown. And this is the other path underneath there, and then it goes through that lot. Okay, that is actually quite thick even on a good year. Oh, and that's the main path. Yep, so I just got nailed on the hand by a bullet ant. It's the second time in 3 years. It really hurts, but I'm not so sure, I don't know yet, but it really hurts. Do you like So this is site 10. We used to have the cameras up there. We used to climb up with ropes hung up on this big tree. We came back this year to find that the tree's got a huge split in it, so I don't suppose we're going to be climbing it this year. But you know, you get to some and they're actually rotten or they've fallen down. There's actually some of them are almost completely disappeared in 3 years. It's quite incredible. What's happened?
I've been bitten by a lot of insects. Probably ticks, but mosquitoes as well. I just had a tick just here, but I think it's had a good old munch because there's a few red spots. And then maybe just around there was a few more. And then something's got me here. Not really sure what that is. So we've managed to get up all our camera traps. We've got 12 sites set. That's an arboreal camera trap and a ground camera trap at each site. We've managed to do that in between various storms that have sprung on us each day. So the cameras are now going to do their stuff. We'll check them every couple of weeks, make sure the batteries are working, make sure no animals have interfered with them, they haven't moved positions, and check SD cards. Now that all the camera trap array is set, we are going to switch efforts and start prepping our 2 nocturnal observation sites.